Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Mattersith today, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about a topic that I've really been thinking about a lot lately, and that's professionalism on Twitter. And you kind of have to be professional on Twitter in certain situations, and sometimes you can be a savage and whatnot. But there's a lot of things to think about when you're sending a tweet. If you're on a team, I mean, if you're on an organization, I guess I should say. You really want to reflect the organization well, so you want to try to keep it professional on Twitter. Make sure your grammar is good. Make sure you're not roasting people on the daily. And that's something that I really think is something that a lot of people don't realize, and is really hard for me to do too. Is when you're on an organization and somebody like roasts the shit out of you on Twitter, like you can't roast them back, and that just goes along with the privilege of being on a team. And unfortunately, like, I love to roast people on Twitter when they're being like complete dicks, and a lot of people know that I'm pretty freaking good at it. Like, I roast a lot of people on Twitter, and they get pretty angry about it. But the thing is like I kind of need to grow out of that phase, because if I ever want to take it to the next level as far as competitive, you really need to reflect on yourself and make sure that you're making sure that people like you, because if people are looking at your Twitter and see that you're a scumbag, nobody's going to want to have you on their organization. And even that's something even professionals don't realize a lot of the time. Like, you see some of the pro players that are in like the ghetto side of the pro community. Like, there's the people like Nade Shot and like Scump and Formal and the Optic Squad. They remain really professional because they know they have to. Now, I mean, of course, there's some trash talk occasionally, but it's never anything like a personal attack. And they know how to control themselves, because they know that what they say honestly reflects their organization more than their playing does a lot of the time. And, there are people like... A lot of people hate on Aches a lot for what he says, but what he's saying is kind of just trash talk. It's about the game. It's about people's performances. It's not even like personal attacks a lot of the time. Ace can be a real scumbag, but like what he's saying is not really what I'm talking about. Like, there are people that make jokes about really controversial topics, like, saying like, oh, you're adopted, or saying the N-word and whatever. And like I'm not like a butthurt person. Like, I don't get offended by that stuff. But like, that's not the kind of thing that organizations want to see on your Twitter. And this is just me kind of giving you personal advice from my past. I used to be on an organization called Gaming, and due to my professionalism on Twitter, I actually left that team originally, but due to my unprofessionalism on Twitter, I was not allowed to rejoin that team when I wanted to, and that was kind of burning my bridges. And just by kind of being an asshole on Twitter, like, you burn these connections that you could be making and could be steps up in the community. But honestly, so many people don't realize that what they say on Twitter makes them look like a complete dick. And so it's just something to keep in mind when you're tweeting. Like, just think, like, if somebody looks at my page and they don't know who I am as a person, because I'm sure you're like, oh, people know that I'm like not a dick. Like, people know that I'm a nice guy, so I can say this stuff because they know that I'm joking. But if people look on your Twitter for the first time and see this bullshit that you're tweeting out, like, they're gonna think that you're a dick because they don't know you. And that's the same thing with organizations. So really, like, the way you present yourself to people and organizations is really gonna affect how many steps you have to take up in the COD community. Because like, if you're a good player but you're a douchebag, like, a mediocre player that's a nice player with a good attitude is gonna make it in the community above you because you don't have the right attitude. That's another thing that I think is like the worst kind of thing you can put on Twitter, is bashing your teammates on Twitter. I haven't, like, the last team I was on, I'm not bringing it up because of that, because they never bashed teammates. We were very supportive of one another, even after I was dropped. Like, all of my teammates, even after we joked around and whatnot, they've been really supportive of me in what I do, especially Dre and Rads. But back on topic. Bashing your teammates on Twitter, like, you're just a straight scumbag if you do that. Like, if you team with these people and put the trust in game with them, because that's really a lot of the stuff. A lot of in game is trust. And if people that you're teaming with think that you don't like them, you're never going to work as a team. You need a team with people that you think you're going to work well with, and that they know that you enjoy being with them and enjoy playing with them. It's the same as a friendship or like a boyfriend or girlfriend. Like if you don't like them, you're not going to want to be around them. And you know, it's different because you know, you're not dating your teammates, but you're not going to want to spend hours on end playing a video game over and over again trying to get better if you don't like them or they don't like you. And that brings it all back to professionalism on Twitter. You know, just make sure that you guys, if you guys really want to make it up in the competitive scene, you have to be professional and you have to act. You have to just act like you want people to view you. Like if you want people to think you're a dick, act like a dick. But if you want people to take you seriously and think that you really are motivated to move it up in the COD community, excuse me, then act like it. Like act like you have goals and act like you want to make it up in this community. So that's going to be my commentary for today. It's really my first real topic, so I hope you guys enjoy. Leave your opinions in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay.